Welcome to Draxmora Night.
For a long time, I wanted to share this story on Draxmora Night, but I never really had the chance. Even now, just thinking about it still gives me chills. This happened back in 1998 when I was in 8th grade. At that time, we lived in a small village in Bangladesh, far away from the city. There was no electricity, and at night, everything would turn completely dark, the kind of darkness that feels heavy, almost alive. This story isn't mine. It was told to me by a man who used to work in our house. I remember sitting with my cousin, listening to him very carefully, and honestly, we were both terrified while hearing it. He told us about something that happened to him, something he never forgot. Back then, circuses were very common in villages. People would travel from far away just to watch them. One night, he went to see a circus with a few of his friends. The show ended late, around midnight, and since transportation wasn't easy back then, they had to walk back home through narrow village roads. There were 4 of them at first. They walked together, talking, laughing, even smoking as they moved through the quiet night. One by one, each friend reached their home and left, until eventually only he and one last friend were left. That friend told him, "Stay at my place tonight. Don't go alone." But he refused. He believed he would make it home by himself. So he started walking alone. He still had almost 3 kilometers to go. The road was narrow and uneven, surrounded by fields, rice fields, mustard plants, and trees all around. The air was cold, and a light fog had started to settle in. Everything felt quiet. Too quiet. He lit a cigarette and kept walking slowly, trying to ignore the strange feeling building inside him. After some time, he reached a turn in the road where a large banyan tree stood. And for some reason, that place felt different, strange. As he walked closer, he kept his eyes down, watching his steps so he wouldn't trip. Then suddenly, his foot touched something. At first, he thought it was grass, or maybe a rope lying on the ground. But when he looked down, he saw hair. Long, black, thick hair. Confused, he bent down and picked it up. It felt real, and it didn't end, so he slowly started following it with his eyes, raising his gaze higher and higher. And then he saw it. A huge figure of a woman. Her body looked wrong, unnatural. Her head was near the ground, her long hair spread across the road, and her legs were stretched upward, far too high, in a way no human body could ever be. For a few seconds, he froze. He couldn't move. He couldn't breathe. His throat went completely dry. And then suddenly, he ran. As fast as he could. He didn't look back. He just kept running. But then, he heard something behind him. A laugh. A strange, chilling laugh. Kiki. It was getting closer, following him. No matter how fast he ran, it stayed right behind him. He got so scared that he ran off the road and into the fields. He slipped in the mud, fell down, got back up, and kept running. His body was getting hurt, scratched, covered in mud. But he didn't stop, because he knew one thing. He must not look back. After what felt like forever, he finally reached a road. With the last bit of strength he had left, he ran toward a nearby house and screamed for help. And then, he collapsed. He lost consciousness. The people inside the house heard him and rushed outside. They found him lying there, covered in mud, his body full of cuts and scratches. They knew something was wrong. They gave him water and slowly brought him back. Later, they took him home. And that night, changed him forever. That was the story he told us. And even today, I still think about it. What did he really see? Listen carefully, because this is not just a story. This is something that actually happened on a dark highway in Bangladesh, and it was shared here on Draxmora Night by someone who experienced it himself. I'll call him Daniel. Back in 2002, Daniel worked as an ambulance driver. Before that, he had spent nearly 3 years as an assistant, helping transport bodies from one place to another. He had seen things most people could never handle: accidents, lifeless bodies, grieving families. Over time, he believed he had become immune to fear. Death no longer affected him the way it used to. At least, that's what he thought. One evening, Daniel received a call from someone he knew. The man asked him to meet at a nearby tea stall. When Daniel arrived, it was almost evening, and the man seemed unusually serious. He explained that a young boy had died, but not from illness or an accident. It was suicide. The family was well respected, and they didn't want anyone to know about it. No police involvement, no public attention. They just wanted the body taken quietly to their village, far away. For that, they needed someone trustworthy, someone who wouldn't ask too many questions. They chose Daniel. Daniel agreed, but there was one problem. His assistant wasn't available that night, so he had no choice but to go alone. Around 8 p.m., he reached the house. From the moment he entered, something felt strange. He had been in many homes where someone had died, but this one felt different. Too quiet, too controlled. Inside, the body was lying on the floor, covered with a red cloth. There were people around, but no one was crying loudly. No chaos, no emotional breakdown. Just a heavy, uncomfortable silence. They asked Daniel to help carry the body downstairs. And the moment he touched it, he realized something was wrong. The body felt unusually heavy. Not just heavy, unnaturally heavy. Even though several people were holding it, Daniel felt as if all the weight was pressing down on him alone. And the cold. It wasn't just the normal coldness of a dead body. It felt deeper, like it was entering his own body. For the first time in years, Daniel felt fear. Real fear. Still, he said nothing. They placed the body in the ambulance, still wrapped in that red cloth. And the journey began. At first, 2 cars followed behind him, carrying family members. But as they moved through the city and onto the highway, traffic slowly separated them. Within a short time, Daniel realized he was completely alone. The road ahead was empty, dark, silent. The only sound was the engine and the wind rushing past. Then suddenly, something strange happened. The ambulance siren stopped working. No warning, no reason. Daniel pulled over and checked everything. The wiring seemed fine, nothing looked damaged. Confused, he got back into the driver's seat. And then, without touching anything, the siren turned on by itself. Daniel froze. A few seconds later, it turned off again. But then, the radio turned on. Static noise filled the car. Channels started changing on their own. Strange, broken sounds came through, and then suddenly, everything went silent again. That's when Daniel felt it clearly. Something was wrong. Very wrong. He glanced at the rearview mirror. For a brief second, he saw something move. A shadow, inside the ambulance. He quickly looked again. Nothing. He tried to convince himself it was just his imagination. But then, he heard something. A whisper. Right behind him. Soft, unclear, but real. At the same time, a cold breeze brushed against his neck. His hands started shaking. The road ahead seemed darker than before, and the trees on both sides looked taller, almost as if they were closing in on him. Then suddenly, he saw something on the road. A dark shape, standing right in front of the ambulance. The headlights couldn't fully reveal it. It looked like a person, but something about it felt wrong. Daniel didn't stop. He drove straight through it, and nothing happened, as if it wasn't even there. But then, from the back of the ambulance, there was a knock. A clear, heavy knock. Then again, and again. The sound continued, growing louder and faster, completely impossible at that speed. Daniel's body went cold. He slowly reduced the speed of the vehicle, and suddenly, the knocking stopped. He pulled over again and stepped out, trying to calm himself. But when he walked to the back door and looked at the glass, his heart nearly stopped. There were drops of blood, fresh blood, slowly sliding down the glass, as if something inside had been hitting it. At that moment, Daniel realized this was not normal. He got back into the car and started driving faster, trying to get away from whatever was happening. Then suddenly, something landed on his side mirror. An owl. But something was wrong. Its eyes were glowing red. No pupils, just a deep, burning red. The owl slowly turned its head and stared directly at him. Daniel felt completely frozen. Then, he felt something touch his shoulder. Cold. Extremely cold. He slowly turned his head, and what he saw destroyed him. The body was no longer lying down. It was sitting up, right behind him, one hand resting on his shoulder. The cloth had fallen, and its face, its eyes, were gone. Only dark, thick blood remained. At that moment, Daniel lost control. The ambulance crashed. Everything went black. When he regained consciousness, people were standing around him. The family had found him on the roadside. The ambulance had gone off the road, and the body was back inside, lying still, as if nothing had happened. But later, they noticed something horrifying. The body's eyes were missing, completely gone, as if something had taken them. Daniel never found an explanation for what happened that night, and even today, he still remembers.